Is it worth doing a renovation on a home in Manhattan? So that is completely up to the buyers if they're willing to take on the work. I have shown one of the funniest times in real estate. I showed a couple this old school loft in Tribeca, and the wife is in the art world, and the loft belonged to an artist who uh, moved into that loft in the 80s. So it's old school, and that's where the back half of the loft was an art studio. And she was ready to take the sledgehammer and get to work on it. Whereas the husband was like, wait. This is going to be a lot more work than we're willing to do. But just something to consider is that it does take time, energy, and effort to hire a designer, to hire an architect to create the renderings in New York City and Manhattan specifically, especially in the bigger buildings. You're going to have to submit those plans to the board for review and approval. So especially if you want to move any kind of plumbing, or if you want to move the kitchen and run a gas line, that becomes a whole world of its own, a different beast, if you will. I have buyers, or I have clients who were buyers in 2020, and we got estimates for them to actually move a kitchen and create a second bathroom. And during that time, the quotes were coming in, which I thought was a little high, but around 200,000. During COVID, I think they got pricing again in 2023 or 2022 to redo the place because they were ready, and the quote jumped to $300,000 or $400,000. And that's just because of that time. Now prices have begun to soften. Work is still happening, but not as crazy and as intense as it was. So I think renovations is completely up to the buyer, but just be reminded, it's a lot of work, and things do not always go as planned because there's always unforeseen situations that come up, whether it be from a neighboring apartment or building delays. I actually had clients who were renovating their apartment, and right behind their building was the garage that collapsed in Financial District, and no work was allowed. So that delayed their project even longer. So you just have to take those things into consideration when thinking of a renovation. Hope that's helpful.